Guys, it's Faith, and welcome back to Finding Faith. Yes. On today's episode, I wanted to talk about quality over quantity, and I was having a conversation with somebody, a little while ago, and we were talking about how, relationships that we have, whether it's like with family, friends, X, Y, and Z, they really can impact you in a negative and or positive way, even when we don't realize it. And that really is what made me think of this topic, and want to come on here and share my thoughts, my experiences, X, Y, and Z on this, because I feel like this is something that's very important that everybody is impacted by, whether we are aware of it or not. So yeah, and of course I have my little phone right here to help me. I wrote down some things before, that key points that I wanted to talk about. And so yeah, so the first thing that I wrote down, and something that was very hard for me to learn when I was younger, was how I now have the mindset of sometimes relationships, whatever type of relationship that might be, are only meant for a specific season. Season meaning like that point in time, either you or that other person is in their life, I feel like a lot of times people are placed into your lives, or you're placed into others people's lives, and to help them grow, to help them become more aware, to help them really develop as a human being. And sometimes like that lesson can hurt, and sometimes like it could be beneficial. And so yeah, I feel like in high school I've definitely noticed that, and even like in college friendships that I've had, where like I was friends with somebody for so long, and things ultimately didn't work out. We stopped being friends, and it made me really realize the types of relationships I want to have, the type of people I want to have in my life. Who you surround yourself with is very important. So I feel like sometimes God will like put people into your life to show you things that either you don't want or you do want to surround you. And yeah, I feel like that's a important lesson. It's a hard lesson to learn. I know I've had my moments, I've had my days where like losing friends, losing like significant others were like really hard for me in that moment, because it's just like someone like you're comfortable with, but you never know like that you basically, sorry, let me find my words. Give me a second. But you staying in that situation could potentially be blocking something else that could be like 100 times better. Trust. I know from experience. Trust. Don't block your blessings. Sometimes there will be signs. There will be all the signs in friendships, romantic relationships, relationships with your family too. I know that also could be very difficult. Sometimes people have very toxic relationships, family relationships, but they'll try to hold on to it so hard because like that's their family, But one thing, I watched an interview with Duran Bernard. I don't know if I'll be able to find the interview, but I like how he worded this. He said that like your family's there's a difference between family and relatives. I'm a firm believer in loving people from a distance, and family is who you make it. Like, not even though you might consider them family or a relative of yours, doesn't mean they're always good to be around. Sometimes you really need to protect your peace, and it's okay to love from a distance, and that's all right. That is all right, because at the end of the day, like, at least for me, how I feel about that is my mental health, my well-being is very important to me, and I don't want um anybody else's situation, anybody else's lives interrupting that for me. So yeah, that's why I say like why I think one of the reasons why I think quality in any type of relationship you have is very important. I know a lot of times nowadays people try to have like the most friends, the most yada yada whatever, but when you really think about it, it's not really. I feel like the more friends you have, the trickier the relationship can get, you know? Like, it's just like you don't really know what's real and what's not real. People could smile in your face and then turn around and they could turn around and just be completely different. And yeah, you know, my parents, they used to always say, you will be all right as long as you have one good friend, at least one good friend in this lifetime. And I'm a firm believer in that. I have a really close best friend that I'm very thankful for, and someone that I could go and talk with whenever, and I know like she's not gonna like act weird towards me or anything like that, you know. And I'm very grateful for her. Shout out you, girl. But yeah, I have other friends too, but I like to make sure my circle is smaller because I want my friendships to have real meaning and have real purpose. So shout out to all my friends, love y'all all down. And yeah, that's why a big reason why I always say quality over quantity. And it's really important to know who you are for yourself before you get into friendships, relationships, because I've learned when you're not healed yourself, when you're not like fully prepared for a relationship, you will be willing to put up with anything. Relationship meaning friendships, romantic relationships, any type of relationship really. Like, if you're not like healed and okay with who you are as a person, self-love is a very big thing, then that can cause sorry, let me find my words again. A lot of unwanted hurt could be caused if that relationship doesn't fully work out, you know. And again, that's why I go back to sometimes people are meant for only a season, and that's okay. We're all humans. We're all meant to have connections with people, but we're also, there's so many of us in this world. It's like we're not gonna be besties with everybody, you know. We're not, and that's okay. That's okay is like literally one of my favorite things to say. That's okay, and it'll be all right. If you guys have not picked up on that yet. But ultimately, yeah, that was the quick message I just wanted to come on here and share with you guys today. I feel like relationships are a big thing that impact people in very different ways. And also, especially, there could be a time when I say it's important to like be self-aware, have self-love, and be healed is because sometimes even like relationships we've had with our parents can carry over into our friendships and to our relationships with like our romantic partners, X, Y, and Z. So self-healing and knowing your self-worth well, tongue tie is very important when it comes to relationships, and knowing your value, knowing you are worthy of like a good relationship. No one should put up with mess, with craziness, you know. And even if a relationship, friendship, whatever it might be, doesn't work out in that present moment, you know, give it time. What's meant will be. I know people, we do not have any patience, like, at all. And you know, that's okay. I still am struggling with patience. I take it one day at a time. But that's a big thing. Time will tell. I always tell people that, like, if a relationship is meant to be, if a friendship is meant to be X, Y, and Z, time will tell. Don't rush it. It'll be all right. You know, we got our whole lives to live. And if in that moment it's not right, you guys are both, one of y'all are not in the right headspace, X, Y, Z, whatever the problem may be, give it time. It'll be all right. There's literally no rush. But yeah, at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. People are placed into your lives for a reason. People are taken out of your lives for a reason too. Even if you don't understand or recognize it in that exact moment, God might be trying to save you from something, child. And one thing I learned, listen, just listen, because again, there might be something greater for you in store. And yeah, that's the gist of my finding faith today, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.